work together. I have already proposed to you in the past documentary on what you can be able to do as a beginning point. But I'm going to continue talking about these issues because the workers of Uganda cannot continue suffering under such conditions forever. There must be a time where there is going to be change. People even fear to get married because you know very well that if I get married, how will I be able to take care? How will I be able to take care of my wife? How will I be able to take care of my husband? Maybe you have a lot of other complications, relatives, dependents. You fear. So you choose to say, no, let me remain in the state in which I am. Hopefully in the future, when things get better, I will be able to do something. You can't own land because you can't have money to buy that land. The money you get is very little. Or even the one that you have inherited from your parents, you can't develop it because completely you have no money. You can't transport yourself even to go and visit a relative or a friend because the money is not there. The things I'm talking about here, these are things which are a reality. I see workers of Uganda live in this kind of conditions. Every other day, I talk to them. Workers come even to office looking, they want someone to help them. But even when they come when they are so tired. They have walked miles. They have not even got even water to drink. And if someone looks at 30 kilometers from where the office is, he has to walk back and go back to his home from the office. Now we are compelled even to try and look for ways of how we can transport workers back to their homes because they have no money. This is not proper. Workers of Uganda, these conditions I'm describing, you know them very well. And we cannot afford to continue like this. We cannot buy, we cannot sell because you have nothing to sell. We cannot gain exposure. You can't visit any other place to go and see how communities are managing things wherever they are so that maybe you can be able to learn something from there which you can be able to implement in your own home area. These things, as I speak to you, I know very well we have said many employers have failed to respect our rights. But we must know very well that even as we ask employers to respect our rights, we are going to work together in a unified form. This time we do not want to speak a lot, but we want to act in such a way that employers will listen to us. But even as they listen to us, we should never be in the comfort zone. We must reach a stage where we are going to say, no, enough is enough, I must graduate. From being an employee, I must be able to do something for myself. Let us go and do the difficult assignments. If it is about farming, we can do farming. These things we have been trained right from childhood. I don't see the reason why we do not want to put some of these things in practice. We can do farming. Let us battle with the angle of looking for market. Yes, we can look for market. Everything is possible to people who are determined. Once you are determined, things will work. And my responsibility now is to challenge you members, those of you who are listening to me, that we may be able to rise up from our slumber, to be able to know very well, yes, we are employees today. Tomorrow we do not necessarily need to continue remaining employees. The job that you have now is giving you an opportunity to save some money. And that money can be invested. If you cannot invest it as an individual because you don't know what to do, we can invest that money collectively. Do not fear. Don't think that everybody, every grouping that come up, people are going to steal. There are those cases where we have had people who mismanage. But my dear, in circumstances where you are patronizing whatever investment you have made, your resources will not get lost. Put in place measures to control theft, so that we can be able to do something that can enable us be more useful, more productive. And probably the people who have been busy mistreating us will know that we no longer need to continue mistreating people because they will leave us. And some of the people who refuse to respect labor rights, a time is coming when we are going to launch a campaign boycotting their products. And when we do, you workers, wherever you are, cooperate. If a person is abusing your rights, Why must we continue buying their products? Some of these products we can do without them. We can buy from companies that respect labor rights. If I'm going to be reading a list of those companies that respect labor rights, and when I do read that list of those companies that have got proven, documented codes of conduct that respect labor rights, those are the ones whose products we shall buy. Those ones who, companies that get services from government, tenders from government, and they don't respect labor rights. We want to campaign against them, that the government does not give them tenders. This is going to be a struggle to ensure that employers, wherever they are, they must respect labor rights. And you colleagues who are listening to me, I am talking to you these things continuously, not for nothing. The end result is that we must work together. Let's work together and compel people who don't want to respect labor rights to respect those labor rights. People have known us in the past as people who will just simply call for strikes. This time around, we want to change. We want to change the approach, because strikes, in the way they have been held in the past, has not proven to be very effective. This time around, an employer refuses to respect our labor rights. We are going to send a message with these improvements in technology. We shall communicate in a very technical manner that those employers who do not respect labor rights, don't buy their products. That moment is coming, but we first want to give them a warning, give them an ultimatum within which they must respect labor rights. If they do not, we want to go and engage our members of parliament, mention those companies, so that those companies are not given tenders, they are not given contracts, they are not allowed to get resources from government. They use the same resources to exploit their own people. For us to do this, members, we must come together. I am pleading with you wherever you are. Do not despise this call. These messages I continue passing over to you. Take them very serious. Because you see, individualism can never take us anywhere. Even if you say you are very intelligent, I've already told you that government is not scared about how intelligent you are, the level of education you have. As long as you're working as an individual, you are nothing. You get the point? So we must be able to work together. Government will listen to people who are working together. And I know very well that there are some moments maybe they may not want to have very strong civil society organizations or even trade unions, because maybe they may give them a hard time. But that is their desire. Does not necessarily mean that we cannot be strong. We can still organize ourselves. We can still be able to work together to ensure that we demand what is rightfully ours. Do not demand what is not yours. What is your right is what you demand for. And government, if it is a government of the people, it must listen to the people. This is a simple approach I want us to take. There is coming a moment when we must be able to boycott the goods and the services that are offered by companies that do not respect labor rights. And this is going to be a very simple approach, workers. Listen to me and follow these instructions very clearly. That moment comes and we say, this company does not respect labor rights, please, we are boycotting. We can say maybe for 7 days, we are not going to be able to, because you earn your very little money. You are earning very small money, and that small money has been given to you as a result of great pain. Then you pick the same small money and give it back to the employer who has been abusing your rights. Don't you see that we also have a problem there? An employer has abused our rights, has denied every basic that we are entitled to, and we are subjected to a lot of inhuman practices. But ourselves still, even after we have gone through that, we become so forgetful that we do not even know what to do. No, what to do is there. We will not fight with that employer directly. We are not going to go there and call a strike like we have been doing. We are going to boycott. And when that moment comes and I make an announcement, All of you, boycott those goods and services. Our relatives, even if you are not a worker, help